has decided that it will do whatever it takes to undermine the Election Commission. They're on a mission. They've decided to, and it appears that way, from the constant attacks, to sink their teeth into the Election Commission. First, the Election Commission is accused of match fixing, and now, today, viewers, the opposition, the India bloc, led by Mamata Banerjee in this particular instance, is accusing the Election Commission of being a casteist and communal body. Viewers, the first plank about match fixing for the BJP, that plank has collapsed. Let me tell you this, because the High Court, the Bombay High Court, viewers, has come out and rejected a petition that was filed against the Election Commission, suggesting that it rigged, in a sense, the Maharashtra election result. It's also what Rahul Gandhi has been saying, by the way, viewers, in favor of the BJP by allowing an undocumented number of voters after the cutoff time, which is 6 p.m. to vote. You know what the court said, viewers? The court said this petition was a waste of time. And the court also came out and said that it wonders if it should impose costs on these people. Clearly, surrogates for various political players, viewers, who are filing these cases against the Election Commission on behalf of their political masters. The Election Commission, viewers, is a constitutionally empowered independent body. And in the national interest, it is undertaking a special revision of the electoral rolls in Bihar. It's a historic mission that it is on. Why is it doing it? To ensure that only genuine Indian citizens vote, viewers. We're going to focus on this issue tonight. The fact that it is ordering a timely cleanup of the electoral rolls. It's a national duty it's performing. But even that, viewers, is being questioned. Viewers, the Election Commission is thinking about Indian voters. It is making an attempt to put the Indian citizen first. After all, if foreigners or illegal settlers begin casting their votes, the interest of genuine Indian citizens will be compromised. Already we are seeing in districts of Bengal, Assam, Jharkhand, indigenous cultures losing out to illegal immigration and immigrants who are cornering state welfare resources and quotas because they have become vote banks, viewers. They've been given all sorts of papers, Aadhaar, this, that, the other, go vote for us. And we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And the poor indigenous voter, the Indian, is not getting anything. So what is the EC doing, viewers? It is saying we've had enough. We've got to make this a level playing field. We've got to put our own citizens first. It's going to weed out these illegal immigrants included in the nationwide electoral roll. It's starting with Bihar, but it's going to extend this. It makes it mandatory for voters to submit proof that they are Indian citizens. Voters registered with Election Commission. Viewers, before 87, the only proof they're required to submit is that of birthplace. Voters born between 87 and 2012 must provide listed document for father or mother also. So there's an additional document that needs to be given. And voters born after December 2nd, 2004 must provide their own and parents' proof of birthplace. EC is also to begin first in Bihar and then extend this exercise for the rest of India. But the India bloc, led by the TMC, is up in arms. Why? Because suddenly asking for proof of citizenship is akin to conducting an NRC, they say, viewers, to allegedly witch hunt the poorest of the poor, and worse, it's a communal exercise in their book to disenfranchise Muslims. Imagine that, viewers. Listen to Mamata Banerjee if you don't believe me. Listen to her.
Sometimes they do not know where is the villager, especially the poor people, especially the hawkers, bakers, or the poor people, commoners. Where they will get the mother certificate, the father certificate? Is it NRC? Is it they are doing or working to establish the NRC? What is their intention? Please let us clarify.
Viewers, by floating this NRC balloon in 2020, you know the mayhem that the opposition created in our country. Roads were blocked. There were riots. In fact, when then President of the United States, Trump, came during his first term, there were riots in Delhi, in East Delhi, viewers. Hindus were targeted. They said the NRC was an exercise in excluding only Muslims. You know all of that. And the CPIML, a Congress ally in Bihar, has said, quote, in terms of its scale and nature, this special intensive revision will be akin to the NRC exercise. You see how they're all speaking, viewers, from the same toolkit. The CPIM says electors, for some reason not able to furnish the documents, will be liable to be deleted from the electoral records. Now, viewers, who doesn't have documents? In today's day and age, when you're getting so much welfare from the state, the poorest of the poor make sure they have their documents and they prove their citizenship. Let me tell you this, viewers. The only ones who don't have documents are those that are sneaking across the borders and engaging in a parasitical relationship with this country. Is the opposition scared of losing its illegal vote bank? When did we as a nation start calling border control an attack on democracy? Is this India bloc more loyal to infiltrators than to India? The EC has taken great care to streamline the process so that no one is left out. And viewers, there's a huge process that has been listed. And it goes into several very important fallback procedures so that no one actually has a problem producing things in time. Even a field inquiry is to be concluded and conducted in case of doubts over details. So there are many opportunities to correct. And we have to ask, despite all these guarantees, these very important guardrails, is the opposition voting for illegal voters? Is it communalizing a legitimate process just to pander to appeasement politics? We put Indian voters first, because if cleaning the rolls of illegal entries is wrong, then what is left of our democracy, viewers? Think about that. That's the fundamental question. Let's open this up for a debate. Let's ask some questions. And I'm going to ask harsh questions, viewers, tonight, because I cannot understand why we are going out on a limb to tarnish the reputation of the EC for putting Indian citizens first. It's absurd. Anirban Banerjee, it's absurd. It reeks of an appeasement politics that is being played to undermine the interest of the Indian citizen.
Now, Rahul, first tell me, are you feeling ashamed that you are speaking in English?
Excuse me?
Are you feeling ashamed that you are speaking in English? Are you feeling ashamed?
Answer the question. Get to the point. Get to the
This is
point. Don't
question,
attack me. I'm not going to take the bait tonight. I'm going to ask
This is
you.
not a bait. This
I'm
is
going
the
to ask you a
honorable-
question.
This is-
Anirban Banerjee, are you
the
trying to...
honorable-
No, one
dictat
second.
of
Are
the-
you besmirching the reputation of the Election Commission because it is committing an important national duty? It is committing itself to an important national duty which undermines your vote bank?
You are committing anti-national duty according to the BJP. So therefore, the Election Commission of India right now is in 100% control of the BJP, since the Chief Election Commissioner is basically appointed by the BJP itself. You know the
Sir, do you know what the High Court has said? Do you know what the High Court has said? Do I need to
do you
remind
know
you?
what
The High Court has
ordered?
thrown out the petition that
Do
was
you
filed
know
in
what the
Maharashtra,
Supreme Court had
claiming that
ordered
there was a
regarding
match
the
fixing.
appointment
It
of
said
the
it's a waste of time.
Do you know what the Supreme Court of India had said regarding the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner? Did the government overturn the Supreme
Listen,
Cour's
don't
directive
change
with
the
an ordinance?
goalpost. This
Do
is
you know
not.
about
I'm
that?
asking you a
You're
simple
harping about
question,
the High
Anirban
Court.
Banerjee.
What-
How is preparing a list, how is cleaning up a list and getting rid of illegals
Right.
a anti-national activity? Can you
man.
explain to me? How does it favor the BJP? Can you explain to me?
Speaking in English, you are committing anti-national activity. By speaking in English, you are committing anti-national activity. According to the BJP, not according to me.
Viewers, look at
And
the
the
waste
Chief
of
Election
time.
Commissioner right now
These
is
are
a
the type of
BJP
people, viewers, you
appointed
know,
by the-
when they don't have a
propagated the
argument to
BJP
make,
own
this is what they
political
say.
agenda.
They have
This
no
1987
argument.
to
They're spreading
2000
fear.
vote
They're undermining our
NRC
democracy. They're out there, viewers, trying to stir up divisions in our society. They're trying to pit viewers, Indians against Indians. Again, therefore, they played on that three-letter word, NRC. They did it deliberately. They're doing it again. They want riots.
It's a bad word.
They want
NRC
riots.
is a bad word.
No, it's not a bad word.
It's a bad word.
It's a very good word. But the way you use it, sir, you have weaponized it. You have weaponized it. You have weaponized it.
We will not let it
What
happen.
will
We
you
will not let it happen.
What?
This NRC and this nonsense
This is not an
that
NRC.
is starting. आपको डर लगता है. In Delhi, you are demolishing juggies because you are scared of that vote bank. You don't want the poor to survive and vote for those who think for the poor. You just want the capitalist stooges, the big businessmen. That is what you want. And we will not let it happen. Election commission or no election commission. If election commission becomes an agent of the BJP, we will not let this happen.
Let me tell you something, viewers. This sounds like the same rhetoric we got in the United States of America before the elections there last year. In fact, in California, just before the election was to begin, and I think Abhijit Iyer Mitra will bear me out on this one, they decided to ban anyone from even showing an ID card when they were coming to vote. Am I wrong, Mr. Mitra?
No, you're absolutely right.
This is what they want here. Kaagaz nahi dikhayenge. They don't even want you to show your birth certificate when you go in so that you can prove yourself. What does this tell you, Abhijit Iyer Mitra? Before I bring in the BJP national spokesperson. Yeah.
The biggest tell was in what Didi said in that little clip you played. You know, the poorest people I know are usually the most careful about keeping their ID and things like that, because so much of their social security, whatever little social security we're able to provide in this country, is completely dependent on that. Ration card, Aadhaar card, etc., etc. Can you imagine? You remember this? I mean, we're not Gen Z or whatever. We're much older than that. We remember how important the ration card used to be.
Yeah, of course.
How important rations used to be to lower income Indians. They used to guard. They still guard all their ID documents, what few property documents they have, with their lives, because it is everything they have. The people who are least concerned about their Aadhaar card, I remember my boss, for the longest time, for almost 10 years, she was without an Aadhaar card. Why? Because it was a form of social protest against the police state surveilling her. See, you need to have a huge amount of disposable income to say you will not use an Aadhaar card, you will not use UPI, etc., etc. This is not the luxury of the poor. The poor have always maintained their documents and their cards, ID cards, extremely well. So this is an argument that is basically foisted on you to take away the fact that they want to get illegal Bangladeshi voters.
You want to delete the names of the poor people from the voting list. That is the conspiracy, because they don't vote for the BJP.
Listen, tell me one communist.
And it happens across the nation. This is a party which is being supported only by the capitalists.
You're a communist.
For the capitalists and by the capitalists, and that's why we are against it.
You know, in your beloved homeland,
you want to keep on chopping off all the names. Abhijit, that is the problem.
No, 1 second.
In your homeland of China, do you know it's illegal to go anywhere without a photo ID?
Make this a communist state. A state for the poor.
But you want to do that.
Yeah.
No, you're a communist.
But China is a communist country. It's the workers and the farmers who rule.
There's a fact check coming in for
China,
Anirban. 1 second. Listen to this, Iyer Mitra. Listen to this. There's a fact check coming in from Mr. Anirban. You see, viewers, it's not just Bangladeshi or illegals that vote for certain political parties in this country. In fact, viewers, they even give tickets to Bangladeshi nationals. The TMC did this. And guess who caught them out, viewers? And I'm quoting, May 21st, 2022, an inquiry ordered by the Calcutta High Court found TMC candidate Alo Rani Sarkar to be a Bangladeshi national by virtue of birth. This is what they want to hide, viewers. These are hard facts.
Alo Rani Sarkar, by the way.
These are hard facts, viewers.
I do not know why you have your facts always half-checked. Alo Rani Sarkar was a BJP leader as well.
My dear friend, you gave them a ticket. You gave them a ticket. It doesn't matter. You gave them a ticket. You gave this person a ticket. Listen 1 second. I'm giving you the fact. Contradict the fact. Don't change the goalpost. Contradict the fact. Is it not right?
The Supreme Court has not upheld the decision of the High Court.
Trinamool Congress candidate Alo Rani Sarkar, who unsuccessfully contested the Bongaon South Assembly seat in 2021, is a Bangladeshi national, the Calcutta High Court said on Friday while passing its order on Sarkar's petition that challenged the poll results. Viewers, This is a
Rahul.
fact that I am quoting from May 2022. And there's something else
what
that
about the
Mr.
Supreme
Iyer
Court
Mitra is
case?
telling us. Yes, Mr. Iyer Mitra, what are you showing?
Court
You
case?
remember
want to
this?
bat for the
A
BJP
German
in a proper
national.
manner.
A German
You're making
national.
Became
a
an
laughing stock out of
MLA
this, sir.
4 times in India. He won 4 successive elections. A German citizen from the TRS.
There you go.
Chennamani Kamesh.
There you go, viewers. This is what they want. They want every Joe Blow to jump across the border, invade our country,
Both the
deluge the
both
rights
the
of our own
examples
citizens
are
so
of
that they can...
financially
one
sound
second,
people.
one second.
The
BJP
example which
national
Abhijit
spokesperson
gave
coming
and
in.
the example that
BJP
you gave.
national spokesperson coming in.
Yeah, tell her, why was this person whose name you
hang
quoted
on.
a leader
What
of
is
the BJP?
No,
Why don't
hang
you
on,
ask
hang on.
her?
The accusation is that the EC is doing this to excommunicate voters that would naturally vote for the TMC and other opposition parties. Sanju Verma, a quick response to this, please.
Rahul, I can see that Vivek Srivastav is there with you in the studio, but I hope that he will not interject. There are a couple of very quick points that I want to make. First is this. What are the ECI guidelines all about actually? The Election Commission has said that those whose names were not in the 2003 electoral roll will be required to submit proof of place of birth. Voters born before 1st July 1987 must provide proof of date and place of birth. Those born after 1st July 1987 must submit personal identity documents along with their parents' documents. And last but not the least, the same rule applies to individuals born after 2nd December 2004 as well. Now, what is Mamata Banerjee's grouse? She says, how can people born before 1987 not be considered Indian citizens? India gained independence in 1947. Why is the period specifically between 1987 and 2004 being targeted? Now, to Mamata Banerjee's limited knowledge, I would like to simply say this, that people born before July 1987 are not being considered aliens. They are being considered Indian citizens. All they are asked to do is to submit proof of date and place of birth. Why is Mamata Banerjee getting so rattled? And Mamata Banerjee goes on to say that one of the people in the Election Commission earlier used to work as a secretary in Amit Shah's Ministry of Cooperation. So what? IAS bureaucrats get posted from one job, from one designation, from one responsibility to another. Why make a hue and cry of it? And the third point,
He is not
Mamata
neutral.
Banerjee quoting
He
her
is not
advocate.
neutral. He will be
Can I
politically
please
biased
finish,
in
Vivek?
favor of
Don't
Amit Shah.
heckle.
Okay, one second.
Vivek, please.
One second.
I did not heckle you, Vivek. Please.
All I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, this gentleman is not neutral, Sanju.
Okay, one second.
BJP
We'll come to that point. Let her finish her point.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Mamata Banerjee surprisingly says the same thing which the Election Commission is saying. Listen to what she says. We are only asking that no legitimate voter's name be left out. Because if that happens, this will raise serious questions. So Mamata Banerjee, madam, that is precisely the bona fide intent of the Election Commission. It says we don't want legitimate citizens to be left out. And at the same time, we don't want illegal aliens
Why are
to
they
be
using
included.
the word NRC, viewers? That's the fundamental question here. Who are they signaling at? The 30% electoral vote bank, viewers, that's who they are signaling at. Let me tell you, I'm giving you another hard fact. And again, this gentleman, the TMC sympathizer, Mr. Banerjee, will get very tickled. You see, viewers, a TMC Gram Panchayat Pradhan was removed for being Bangladeshi immigrant. Here's another fact. And viewers, when was this? February 26 this year. And this lady, viewers, was one, and she won the Panchayat election in 2023. These are people who are winning on fake ID papers. So imagine who's voting for them, viewers. Mr. Gupta, who's voting for these fake candidates from Bangladesh? This is a gravy train.
Probably we have started importing voters as well from Bangladesh, Rahul, to appease a certain vote bank, to appease a certain political party, but this can't go on. Look, just a month ago, we saw scores and scores of citizens. We discovered that they have actually marital ties into Pakistan. Some have children in Pakistan. The voter roll doesn't need to be updated only to wipe out illegal immigrants from the voter list. It also needs to be upgraded to see what are we really harboring in this country in the name of citizens. It's very, very important. NRC or no NRC, the nation deserves to know what actual citizens are and what are the parasites here. It's
And
that
what are
simple.
their religions?
If any was
And what is
no,
the religion?
it's not about religion.
Of the voter.
It's not about religion.
And if a person
Vivek,
of a particular
Vivek,
religion should be
Vivek,
allowed to vote or
Vivek,
not? How many votes can be
Vivek,
cut? How many Muslims can we
Vivek,
control? How many
Vivek,
minorities guys should be chopped off?
Okay.
That's Vivek, will you open up your house to illegal immigrants?
No, it's not.
Will you?
You are
Will
going
you?
to use the
Will
EC to
you?
target the normal
Will
good
you?
Muslim voters here,
No.
declare them as
It's not
illegal
about
immigrants.
Muslim.
That is the problem.
If they are illegal, they are illegal.
No,
It
no,
doesn't
no,
have
no, no,
anything
no,
to do
no,
with
no.
religion.
Listen,
It has
Mr.
nothing to do
Srivastava,
with
don't be
religion.
obtuse, please. Don't be obtuse. Are you, no, hang on. Do you want to vote for
It
illegal
has nothing
voters?
to do with
Are you
religion.
voting for illegal
No,
voters tonight
no,
by
no,
making
no.
this ridiculous
The conspiracy
claim? No,
is
what is the conspiracy?
to declare the
Sir,
valid
the
Muslim
conspiracy-
voters as
I'm
illegal.
sorry, sir. Don't make this
That is the
communal. Don't
conspiracy.
make this communal, sir.
It is
Don't
communal.
make this communal. Do not make
It
this
is
communal.
not.
In Assam, it wasn't communal. When the NRC took place in Assam, when the CA kicked in, we saw it
Yeah,
also
in
cut
Assam,
across.
in
No,
Assam
it
you
also
are
cut
allowed to
across
keep
Hindus.
guns
No, I'm
in
sorry.
remote areas
I'm sorry, sir.
so
Don't
that
make
you can
this-
protect
Don't
yourself.
make this. Don't
Rahul.
make this. Don't make this communal. You're
Rahul,
treading
no,
on
no,
very
no,
dangerous
Rahul,
ground.
Rahul.
You are talking about secularism, sir. Your party has taken support. Do you know from whom?
Rahul.
Islamists, and I'm not saying it. The Congress is saying it in Kerala. Is it not true?
Rahul,
You were sharing a
Rahul.
stage with an Islamist in Bengal.
You in Assam,
The
chief
ISF is
minister
what?
says
Rahul.
What
you
is
can
the
keep
ISF?
guns in
What-
remote
Sir,
areas
please,
to
don't
save
make this-
yourself
don't try to
from
stand
outside
today,
infiltrators.
Don't try
Rahul,
to
can I
stand
quickly
today
come
as
in?
some guardian of secularism.
Rahul.
You people
No.
take
Rahul.
support. I'm not saying it. The Congress is saying it.
No.
In Kerala,
Rahul.
from
This
Islamists.
government wants to
Mr. Gupta
target the
wants to-
minorities
let
and
Mr.
Muslims.
Gupta
Can I
finish.
You
quickly
don't
come
want
in?
them to
Mr.
vote.
Listen, sir,
You
you're sitting
don't
in
want
this
the
studio.
Muslims to vote. That is the
Listen,
problem.
you're sitting in my studio. I can barely hear anyone else. You're shouting into my ear. It's not fair on the other guests. Mr. Gupta and Mr. Iyer are making points. You interrupted them both because when they came to substantive points, you wanted to derail and disrupt.
No.
Mr. Gupta
Rahul,
comes
can
in
I
and right
quickly
after.
come in?
1 second, just 1 second.
Rahul,
I'll just
no.
let Mr.
Rahul.
Gupta finish. Yes.
Rahul, we have to ask all these sympathizers of illegal immigrants a very simple question. Will they open up their houses, their own private property to all the illegal immigrants? Today, Vivek Srivastava, will he commit that he'll adopt 100 illegal immigrants, station them in his house permanently? Because if he agrees to it, only then he has the right to say that India should harbor illegal immigrants. It's that simple. Walk the talk. If you want India to allow illegal immigrants, first allow them into your private property, into your houses. That's simple. Will you, yes or no? The same question extends to Anirban Banerjee.
Tushar, are you a sympathizer of the legal citizens of our country? Are you?
The legal citizens are not being kicked out of the voter list, Anirban. Only
No. Are
illegal
you a-
immigrants are. Haven't you read the
Are you a
press release?
sympathizer for them? Are you a sympathizer for the legal citizens?
Shocking. So absolutely shocking. Can you believe what this person is saying? Viewers, this TMC supporter, he has not been able to give me a substantive answer as to why. Gram Panchayats from the TMC turned out to be a Bangladesh national. Hang on. You can't tell me why a candidate of yours turned out to be a Bangladeshi national. You can't tell me why there are 2 other cases which have been reported from your political party that happen to be Bangladeshis. I'm not bringing those up because they are still being heard in the court, but they wouldn't have reached court prima facie had there not been some truth to it. You're not giving me answers. What you're giving me, sir, is a very tricky and sly whataboutery. That's what you're giving me because you don't have legs to stand on. You have come unprepared to this debate and the hard facts are cutting you down, sir. I want to bring in the BJP and I want to bring in Mr. Iyer Mitra right after. Yes.
You know, Rahul, there are a few names that I want to read out.
Yes.
And these are all people who are senior TMC leaders and are reportedly Bangladeshi. You know, you've already spoken about Alorani Sarkar, but I will leave that as it may. There is a gentleman called Newton Das, TMC leader and very close relative of Devashish Das, a youth wing leader from Kakdweep in Bengal. Then there is the case of Ratna Bishwas,
Yeah, I was coming
TMC
to
leader
that.
from North 24 Parganas and a Bangladeshi. Then there is the example of Khokhan Das, TMC MLA from Bardhaman Dakshin, again a Bangladeshi. Then there is the example of Bhadu Sheikh. If you remember, he was murdered in 2022, which led to the Birbhum riots of 2022, wherein 12 people were burnt alive. Bhadu Sheikh
Can I answer
is
that?
a
Can I answer
Bangladeshi.
that?
Yes,
Bhadu
you can.
Sheikh, the
Let
man
her
who
finish.
murdered Bhadu Sheikh, another TMC leader called Lalan Sheikh, was also a Bangladeshi. And lo behold, the big daddy of all of them, Shah Jahan Sheikh, accused of gang raping thousands of women in, Sandesh Khali. It is a known fact that Shah Jahan Sheikh is a Bangladeshi immigrant, and whether he has obtained his Aadhaar card and what have you, legally or illegally, is not the point of discussion. But we have enough TMC leaders, from a Bhadu Sheikh, a Lalan Sheikh, to a Shah Jahan Sheikh, who have been mollycoddled by the TMC dispensation.
So
And
I'm
my
glad you
final
brought
point
up.
is this.
I'm glad you brought
My
up the
final
case of
point-
Ratna Biswas.
Rahul,
Yeah.
my final point is this. Why is NRC a bad word?
Yeah, why is it a
Why
bad-
is it
It's a bad
spoken
word.
of
Why?
as
It's a
if
bad
it's
word.
an
Why?
abuse? The
CA
last
is
time
also
we
a bad
had an
word.
NRC was in 1951.
It's a bad
words.
All that the NRC
They
seeks
should not
to
be
do
there. They should
is
be
to
removed.
identify.
The court, sir,
and
has
then
mandated an
compile
NRC.
a list
If
of
we
people
come
The
into
Supreme
power,
Court
we
of
will
India.
remove it.
Rahul.
We'll
Citizens
change
of
it all.
India.
All this goes if we come to
Can
power.
you believe it, viewers?
Be very clear.
This
This
is a
nonsensical
lot.
CA
This is
and
a
RC
lot.
will
Now, hang
go.
on, just a minute, Mr. Anirban. Tell
No,
me
can I
this.
answer?
No, one second. Ratna Biswas, a local TMC leader from North 24 Parganas district, and I'm talking about 2023, November 24th. She's a former
I mean,
Panchayat Pradhan. Listen to me. Standing in the presence on the birthday of TMC Lok Sabha MP Kakoli Ghosh Dastedar in Howrah. You know what she says, viewers? And I'm quoting her now. 2024 Lok Sabha election dates is going to be declared in next 3 months. We all know that the process of making the voters list is going on. Many Bangladeshi people live in Zakir Hussein's constituency area. Those who have come from Bangladesh, if they face any problem getting their name into the voter list, please contact Zakir Da. We don't want a single voter to be left out of this list, unquote. This is Ratna Biswas for you, Anirban Banerjee, on record. And what did your party do? Nothing. And who is Zakir Hussain? He's a TMC leader and former chairman of the local Panchayat Samiti.
Now, shall I answer?
Yeah, please.
Not finished. Okay.
What will you
These people that Madam Sanju Verma mentioned, they are as much of Bangladeshi as much Sanju Verma is a Pakistani.
Oh my God.
This
Arey bhai sahab.
This is the response,
Stop
viewers.
lecturing
Judge them by
me.
their responses. Judge
You
them
are
by
a
their
paid
no,
Darbari
judge them
of
by their
Mamata
responses.
Banerjee.
Well said.
You are a
Well
paid
said, Anirban.
Darbari of Mamata Banerjee.
Okay.
बेवकूफ आदमी.
Anybody according to
बेवकूफी
the
का
BJP
प्रदर्शन करना
in
बंद करिए.
One second.
अपनी बेवकूफी का
Anybody
बार-बार
speak Hindi is a
प्रदर्शन करना
Pakistani.
बंद करिए. You are a paid retainer of
You know what?
TMC.
You know what, viewers? You
You
know
get
what,
paid
viewers?
crowns to
Abhijit
speak
Iyer Mitra.
rubbish on national television.
Abhijit Iyer
बेवकूफ
Mitra.
इंसान.
You know, okay, let's please, Anirban Banerjee, don't make these personal snide remarks. If you don't, you tried to get under my skin. I didn't take
It
the
was
bait.
satire. It
You're
was
not. No,
satire.
it's not satire,
No, it's
sir.
not satire.
This is not satire. You're drawing a
Actually,
false
take them to the
equivalence between a
penal
bona fide
code.
Indian
They have to make
citizen and a
personal
Bangladeshi
remarks.
usurper. Please,
no.
no,
It's a
one
sense of
second.
humor.
Just one. No,
Don't
sense
you
of.
need
to
Don't
have a
pass
sense
this
of
off as a
humor.
sense of humor, sir. This is
Anirban
dialectics.
has a sense of humor
One
and
second.
you don't have a sense of humor.
Mr.
That's the
Mitra,
problem.
Mr. Mitra, sum this up for us. A large number of our viewers will just find this a little preposterous because there has been such to and fro verbal garbage being flung. But the fact is that certain people on this show have made some very interesting interventions, such as yourself, Sanju Verma, who's brought out facts. I have presented facts. Mr. Gupta has presented facts, but we're not getting a factual response from these people. What is happening here? Can you explain to me what is this NRC business that is being flagged every other day?
It's very simple. The only reason they're bringing out NRC is because that leads to protests. Okay. Or has led to protests in the past. This is a very simple case where every democracy has the right to enumerate and validate its citizens, especially during an election. The point here is very simple. Today, in today's election, if you want to come out and vote, you have to present certain proofs of identity, and they have an issue with that. Why do they have an issue with that? Well, it's because these are the parties that have done the most to skew the demographic balance of
Your
that
intentions are bad.
between
The
the left.
intentions of the government is bad. The intentions of the Election Commission doesn't seem very clear.
You know why? Why don't you go to the courts?
It's very clear.
Why don't you go to the
It's very
courts?
clear.
Instead of sitting in TV debates and
Yes,
spreading fear
yes,
and
yes,
all sorts
yes.
of fibs,
Intentions of
why
the
don't you go to
government
the
are
court?
wrong.
Because the court will tell you,
Stop
sir,
going
that it's a
court.
waste of time, your
I'm
intervention.
sorry, I didn't
Moment
realize
Bihar
this,
election
but
comes,
parties
let us
bankrupt,
do
they can't
something.
afford to go to
Bengal
court.
elections comes, let us do something. Let us create something. CA, NRC,
Please.
voter
This
list,
is ridiculous.
fraud ho
This is
gaya,
ridiculous.
Bangladeshi
This is
immigrant.
ridiculous. Mr. Mitra
Rahul.
wants to come in. Yes.
Rahul, I realize, you see the CPI, they're all bankrupt at the moment. He doesn't have the money to go to court.
They've just lost an election also.
BJP spokesperson, Sanju ji, maybe you can ask the BJP to loan them some money to go to court. हमारे बगल में भी थोड़ा पाकिस्तान बैठा है.
अब सारे पूंजीपति आप ही के साथ हैं सर.
Okay, look,
जेब आपकी भरी हुई है.
hang on.
आपने
BJP
बिल्कुल
बोला
ठीक
ना,
कहा.
थोड़ा सा भिखारी को भीख
That
दे
is
दो.
the problem.
Look,
You
viewers-
want to
viewers-
victimize the
viewers,
poor.
The simple thing is this.
And people like us who stand for the poor.
One second, sir. The simple thing is this.
You
If
can't
this
even
is-
stand
if
for
this is
yourself.
unconstitutional, if this is
You
illegal,
stand for the poor,
if
in
this
that
is
you
an
make everybody
exercise, one
poor.
second, Mr. Gupta. If this is illegal, if this is unconstitutional, if this is an exercise in disenfranchisement of innocents, poorest of the poor, Dalits, Muslims, go to court. Go to court, test your case in court. That's what they should do. There's plenty of time.
We will come
I'm
on the
moving
streets.
on.
We will come on the streets.
You'll come on the streets.
We will come on the
This is
streets.
it. Mobocracy, viewers.
No.
Rule by
It's
mobocracy. Rule by the
democracy.
mob. Not by the law of
Democracy.
the land. Not by the law of the land. Remember this, viewers. Remember this, viewers. Remember this, viewers. And that's why they're drawing up this NRC, because they want to spur the kind of violence that we saw in 2020, 2021. I'm moving on, viewers, because there's an important story.